everybody. Hello, everybody. Today I've got a beautiful guest. A beautiful guest. My guest's name is BeckyBear24. BeckyBear24, how are you doing today? You having a good day? Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god, we're gonna play a game. It's gonna be fucking amazing. Oh my god. It's HeckyBear. Oh god, HeckyBear has no sound. No, HeckyBear, I'm gonna have to. Oh no. Oh my guest was muted. Can you imagine this talk show already a fucking mess? It's fine. HeckyBear has sound now. I have mic'd the HeckyBear. The HeckyBear has been mic'd. Fantastic.
Here, I'll move my mic a little closer. Okay. Hey.
Ah, perfect. Okay, so let me explain the game real quick. How it works is we're all gonna get a word. We're gonna get a bunch of words. A bunch of them. And they're gonna be fucking weird. Thank you for the phone. They're gonna be fucking weird. Okay. And you and I are gonna try and sucky slip these words into conversation as naturally as possible. Right?
Okay.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's the game.
Okay.
That's the game.
If there's anything I am, it's totally smooth and natural.
Yes, that's what I know you for. All right. Are you ready? Don't look at your first word. As soon as I start talking, you can look at your first word.
Okay.
All right, HeckyBear. So lately you released a book titled "Horny and Lovin' It." How have the sales been with that? How's that been going?
Well, you know, the ratio of people who've been interested versus uninterested is, you know, you don't have to worry about that. We're interested in my book. There are some people that are interested in my book, and that's what's important, you know.
I see. So what kind of people would you say are interested in this book? I mean, you get lots of different kinds of people. You get people who are more wolf kind of people who are more lamb kind of people, you know, you get lots of kind of people. What kind of people like your books?
I think most people who like my books. Oh, sorry for my arm there. Hey.
That's all right. You can just whatever. Don't stress about it.
Yeah, most of the people who are interested in my book tend to describe themselves as kind of damp or wet, moist. They tend to describe themselves as moist, which I guess fits the title of the book.
Do they? I see.
Yeah, I guess they say that my book makes them wet, so I guess that's a good thing.
Right. In the book, you talk a lot about a lot of different childhood experiences that you had, and how those experiences really shaped your sexual life as you were growing up. And part of what I found really interesting about that is how you explained how your sexual life is very akin to the different types of breeds of dogs. Could you explain a bit about that for us?
Well, you know, there's lots of different kinds of dogs, and there's also lots of different kinds of sex that people like to have, you know. So like, there's like smaller dogs, and they're you know, a little bit more rowdy, and free spirited, and
I mean, yeah, you get like Chihuahuas, yeah.
And then you have like you got some like you got some bigger, calmer dogs. You got some dogs that do well with a little bit of, you know, rules and regulations.
I know a good type of dog for that. Would be like a Bootable would be a really good type of dog for that.
Yeah.
So what kind of other types of dogs do you think would be part of what you spoke about in your book for people who haven't read it yet?
Let's see. Well, you know, the kind of dog that always appealed to me most was the always the very or that I identified with most was the very sweet obedient puppers who you know did what they were told, and I really relate to those dogs, so I talk a good bit about them in my book.
Uh huh. Uh huh. So one type of dog that you also talked about were those small like potato like puffy cute little fluffy boys. I love those.
Corgis.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they really just remind me a lot of you as well. I think that's really magnificent,
Mhm.
and I love that you really focused on that.
Yeah, you know, I'm a little short. I'm a little chubby. I'm uh I'm a little fluffy. I like soft things. Uh, I like barking and jumping. I try my
Mm-hmm.
very best to jump very high. I don't go very high. Just kind of go yeet,
Yeah.
and I don't go very far.
Pretty good,
But
pretty
yeah,
good.
I relate to the corgis on a spiritual level,
Spiritual level.
but
Would you
not more
say
than
that I see. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's
yeah.
fair. What was your favorite part about writing the book?
Mm, I think my favorite part of writing the book was just taking the time to really look into myself, you know? And I tend to be pretty quiet and modest about my sexuality. So it was nice to explore stuff that I don't really talk about so much for once.
One thing that I found really surprising that you did explore a little bit in your book was a lot about like hate sex and like aggressive sex and like sex related to like revenge and that kind of stuff. Um, and I never sort of pegged you for that type of girl, but I'm really glad that you brought it up and that you sort of made it a topic that was accessible for women to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, with the right partner and the right setup, sex can be a really useful outlet for different kinds of energy, whatever kind of energy it may be, as long as everything is all discussed and consensual and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the time in society these days, people expect women to sort of just bite down on a sock and just shut the fuck up and just, you know, not talk about what's happening to them. And I'm really
Yeah,
glad
yeah,
that you took a step out there and just, you know, volunteered information that people wouldn't normally just volunteer like that. I think that was
yeah.
really brave and incredible of you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think it's really important for us to all work together, to form a kind of union with all the ladies and talk about what we need to talk about, or else like everything's gonna bubble over. Just like we don't talk about it so much; it's just gonna bubble over like a volcano. So we gotta talk about it.
Yeah,
It's
I think
important.
so. Yeah. I agree. My favorite chapter in your book was chapter 16. The title was Barely Contained Erection, and it was about this guy who sort of grabbed your ass on the train. And
Oh,
I really found that to be like a very emotional, like real world kind of um, immersive sort of story, you know?
yeah, yeah. That's a situation that a lot of women run into, unfortunately, which is really yucky. When people do that, it just makes you feel things like that. Just makes you feel all icky, and like, you gotta go home and take a shower, or a bubble bath, or something like that, and just get it all off of you.
And I really love how you explored how it's not necessarily wrong to hold a grudge against somebody who does something bad to you. Because a lot of times I feel like people look down on you because you don't forgive if you don't forgive. Whereas I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing always.
Yeah, yeah. You're not obligated to forgive anyone if they're a jerk, wad, poopy head.
or just a random degenerate in your chat, or
Yeah.
you
Just
know.
any random degen. But yeah, I thought those were all really important to talk about.
I'm
Sexuality and sexual harassment and stuff. All was important to talk about.
very, very important topics. I'm really glad that we could explore them.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
I'm so glad we could have this conversation.